Hi, so it's been quite some time, I think more than a year for sure, since the last time I posted anything. Um, and I think the reasons have mainly been good. I've been um, focused more on my life and less on uh, mourning, on the need for consolation. Not that I haven't needed it, but I think I became more self-sustaining in a way, or at least independent about finding ways that I can uh, help myself or be part of groups that help me. Um, that's been a very big thing for me since the summer. I found several groups. It just kind of all of a sudden sprouted out of nowhere. There were several groups that just kind of appeared out of nowhere and have been very, very helpful. And at some point, I noticed a common denominator to a lot of these groups, that a lot of the kind of scary stories that I'd been told uh, during Shiva, even during the first month, even a little bit later, about mothers who um, you know, got sick and died shortly after losing a child, mothers who, which, by the way, I still hear stories like this, mothers who went into a deep depression, mothers who went crazy, mothers who left the house, parents who got divorced, parents who basically neglected the other children, all sorts of frightening stories like this. And I noticed that the women in these groups that I was going to, not only did they seem fully functional as Baruch Hashem, I think I've been. But also they even the, let's call it, the lighter forms of dysfunction, like getting divorced, even there, uh, barely any of them have gotten divorced. And at first I thought to myself, well, what kind of a non-representative sample is this? And then I realized why it wasn't a representative sample, because I think that well, there are two possibilities. One, you could say that the groups themselves have helped these women to live healthier lives, to feel more validated in their grief, to feel more supported, to be able to share their grief with others in a way that helped to comfort them. Definitely all of that. And I think that another part of it is that the women who are coming to these groups are the women who want to help themselves. They're women who don't want to spiral downwards. They're women who don't want to give in to those feelings of depression, of desperation, of um, hopelessness, um, of basically self-destructive feelings. I think that the women in these groups are women who uh, were looking for ways to lead full lives. They found these groups and it helped. So there's a cycle here. Call it a chicken and egg, but it's really more like a Hashem saying, "Ptach li petach kechudo shel machat, v'eftach lecha petach pitcho shel ulam," where if you just make this much of an effort, you will be given divine assistance. You'll be given this world of assistance that'll embrace you, that'll help you, that'll pull you up. So you do have to make the effort. You do have to leave your bed. You do have to get out of the house. You have to socialize with these people. When you go, you have to open up. Not sit there, silent. And I noticed that there were some women who came to like one meeting and didn't keep coming, who were kind of quieter, who were less active in participating, less social in the refreshments part, let's call it that. And it can be hard and it can feel futile and it can feel like nobody understands my pain. But when you sit down and you talk to these women and you realize that, okay, this one had a different situation because in her case she had lots of other kids, or this one had a different situation because in her case it was a baby. But all of a sudden you hear that to each one the situation was bad in her own way. The situation was hopeless in her own way, depressing, whatever you want to call it. maybe because of the timing, maybe because of the special relationship with this child, maybe for a million different reasons, possibly some of which she's not even sharing. And the point is that if you can see outside of yourself, if you can make the effort to get out of the house, um, you know, make enough of a positive effort for yourself that you can also look out and see other people and see that they want to help you, see that they want to embrace you. You can help yourself, and B'ezrat Hashem, there'll be better things down the road. I'll too.